Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with some congressional donors. As always, I have my information written down so I can read it better, have it more readily available. I will have sources, as always, in the description below the video. But let's go ahead and jump into this. First person we're going to talk about today is Dick Durbin. He is the 75-year-old senator for Illinois. He is a Democrat and he is serving his fourth term as senator. He graduated with a BS from Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., School for Foreign Service. He was an intern for Illinois Senator Paul Douglas. He graduated with a JD from Georgetown University Law Center in Washington, D.C. He was admitted to the Illinois bar. He was a lawyer in Springfield, Illinois, was the legal counsel to the Illinois Lieutenant Governor Paul Simon, was legal counsel to the Illinois State Senate Judiciary Committee, was the Democratic nominee for Lieutenant Governor of Illinois. He was an associate professor for Southern Illinois University School of Medicine. He was a delegate for the Democratic National Convention and chairman of the Illinois State Delegation, and served 7 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives for finally being elected to the U.S. Senate. The Senate committees he's on include the Committee for Appropriations, the Committee for Rules and Administration, the Committee for Judiciary, the Committee for Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, and he is also the minority whip. His top 5 individual contributors. At the top, we have Power Rogers LLP. They are a law firm based in Chicago, Illinois, and they donated a total of $56,066. Number 2, the state of Illinois, which altogether donated $54,007. Number 3, the Vote Sane PAC, a political action committee that seems to be bipartisan and wanting to get more citizens involved. Other than that, not much info really found. They donated $50,600. Number 4, United Airlines Holdings, a publicly traded airline holding company headquartered in Chicago, Illinois, that owns and operates United Airlines. They donated a total of $48,520. And number 5 on his donor list, Kirkland & Ellis, an American law firm that is the largest in the world by revenue, and they donated $44,656. Now, his top 5 industry donors. Number 1, lawyers and law firms, which altogether donated $1,430,424. Number 2, retired, which altogether donated $846,097. Number 3, securities and investment, which altogether donated $347,971. Number 4, health professionals, who altogether donated $322,433. And last is real estate, which altogether donated $308,414. And once again, that was Dick Durbin of Illinois. Next person we're going to talk about is Tom Emmer. He is 59-year-old and he represents the 6th District of Minnesota. He is a Republican and he is serving his 3rd term in the U.S. House of Representatives. He graduated with a B.A. from the University of Alaska in Fairbanks, Alaska. Graduated with a J.D. from Mitchell College of Law in St. Paul, Minnesota. He's been a radio host, a private practice lawyer, a member of Independence, Minnesota City Council, a member of Delano, Minnesota City Council, a member of the Minnesota State House of Representatives. He was a deputy minority leader, had an unsuccessful candidacy for governor of Minnesota before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. His House committees are the Committee of Financial Services, of which he is a ranking member. Now, his top 5 individual donors. At number 1, the Vote Sane PAC, a political action committee that seems to be bipartisan and wanting to get more citizens involved. Not much more info found. They donated, it looks like $93,500 if I'm reading my own writing correctly. Next is Starkey Hearing Technologies, a privately owned American company based in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, that makes hearing aids and is one of the largest hearing aid manufacturers in the world. And they donated $15,000. Next is Arvig Enterprises, a company that provides internet, digital TV, and telecommunications services, and markets local phone services, long distance, voicemail, wireless systems, and other communication-based services. They donated $15,000. Number 4 is Blattner Energy, a company that provides infrastructure construction services and offers services in the areas of heavy civil, mining, and railroad. And they are based in Avon, Minnesota. They donated $14,000. And number 5 is Cedar Hill Capital Partners. Offers financial planning, consulting, and investment management services. They are based in New York City, New York. And altogether they donated $14,000. Now, his top 5 industry donors. Number 1 is insurance, who altogether donated $205,008. Number 2, retired, who altogether donated $202,108. Number 3, securities and investment, who altogether donated $144,348. Number 4, commercial banks, who altogether donated $99,956. And number 5, miscellaneous issues, who altogether donated $95,000. And once again, that was Tom Emmer of Minnesota. Next person we're going to talk about is Elliot Engel. He is 73-year-old, and he had been representing the 16th District of New York. He was defeated in this year's primary, so he's in his last couple months as representative. He is a Democrat, and he had served 16 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. He graduated with a BA from Hunter Lehman College, City University of New York in New York City, New York. Graduated with an MA from the Herbert H. Lehman College, City University of New York City, New York. Graduated with a JD from New York Law School in New York City, New York. Was a teacher, a member of the New York State Assembly, before finally being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. His House committees are the Committee on Energy and Commerce and the Committee on Foreign Affairs. Now, his top 5 individual donors. Number 1, Pro-Israel America PAC. I found no real information about them. They donated $309,750. Number 2, NORPAC, a bipartisan multi-candidate political action committee working to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship, and it's founded in New Jersey. They donated $69,375. Number 3, Century 21 Department Stores, an American chain of department stores with 13 locations in the northeastern U.S. They're headquartered in New York City, New York. They donated $18,500. Number 4 is Kirkland & Ellis, an American law firm that is the largest in the world by revenue. They donated $15,000. And number 5 is Elliott Management. They are an American investment management firm and one of the largest activist funds in the world, and they're headquartered in New York City, New York. They donated $14,700. Now, his top 5 industry donors, and number 1 is a whopper, especially compared to his others. Number 1 is pro-Israel groups, which altogether donated $1,010,930. And after that, it falls off substantially, because number 2 is real estate. And altogether, they donated $208,182. Number 3 is securities and investment, which altogether donated $192,125. Number 4 is lawyers and law firms, which altogether donated $185,449. Number 5 is retired, which altogether donated $162,279. And once again, that was Elliot Engel of New York. Next person we're talking about is Mike Enzi. He's 76-year-old and in his last term as the senator of Wyoming, as he will be retiring at the end of the term. He is a Republican and serving his fourth and last term in the U.S. Senate. He graduated with a degree in accounting from George Washington University in Washington, D.C., graduated with a MBA in retail marketing from Denver University in Denver, Colorado, served in the Wyoming National Guard. Thank you for your service. It's the wrong hand, actually. My finger won't hold together, but thank you, sir. He owned and operated family shoe stores in Gillette and Sheridan, Wyoming. He's been an accountant, a certified professional in human resources, the mayor of Gillette, Wyoming, a member of the Wyoming House of Representatives, a member of the Wyoming State Senate, was commissioner of Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education before finally being elected to the U.S. Senate. His Senate committees are the Committee on Budget, of which he's chairman, the Committee on Finance, the Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs, the Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, and the Joint Committee on Taxation. His top 5 individual donors. Number 1, the Cloud Peak Energy Company, a coal mining company headquartered in Gillette, Wyoming. Altogether, they donated $10,000. Number 2, Believe in America PAC. Not much info I was able to find on them. They donated $5,600. The American Trucking Association, the largest national trade association for the trucking industry, and they're headquartered in Arlington, Virginia. They donated $5,000. Number 4 is the American Osteopathic Association, the representative member organization for more than 145,000 osteopathic medical doctors and osteopathic medical students in the U.S., and it's headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. It donated $5,000. And number 5 is the American Association of Clinical Urologists, an organization that develops health policy for urologic practice, and they're based in Schaumburg, Illinois, and they donated $5,000. Now, his top 5 industry donors. Number 1, Leadership PACs, which altogether donated $75,600. Number 2 is pharmaceuticals and health products, which altogether donated $52,000. Number 3 is insurance, which altogether donated $35,450. Number 4 is health professionals, which altogether donated $30,750. And number 5 is oil and gas, which altogether donated $28,100. And once again, that was Mike Enzi of Wyoming. That'll bring us to the last person we're going to talk about today, and that is Joni Ernst. She is 50-year-old and is a senator from Iowa. She is a Republican and serving her first term in the U.S. Senate. I think she was just reelected, as a matter of fact, for her second. But she graduated with a BA from Iowa State University, graduated with an MPA from Columbus State University, was in the U.S. Army Reserves and the Iowa Army National Guard. Thank you for your service. She was auditor of the Montgomery County, Iowa, member of the Iowa State Senate, and before finally being elected to the U.S. Senate. Her Senate committees are the Committee on Armed Services, the Committee on Environment and Public Works, the Committee on the Judiciary, the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, and the Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. Now, her top 5 individual donors. Number 1 is the Vote Sane PAC, a political action committee that seems to be bipartisan and wanting to get more citizens involved. Not much more info found. They donated $100,150. Number 2 is Apollo Global Management, a global alternative investment management firm that specializes in investing across credit, and they are headquartered in New York City, New York. They donated $60,750, if I'm reading my writing right. Number 3 is Elliott Management, which is an American investment management firm and one of the largest activist funds in the world, and they are headquartered in New York City, New York. Altogether, they donated $43,900. Number 4 is Next Era Energy, a Fortune 200 energy company with revenue of over $17 billion in 2017, and they are headquartered in Juno Beach, Florida. They donated $43,325. And number 5 is Blackstone Group, an American multinational private equity alternative asset management and financial services firm with $457 billion under management as of 2018. They are based in New York City, New York, and they donated a total of $39,121. Her top 5 industry donors. Number 1, retired. They donated a total of $5,161,333. I've got no squabbles if you get money like that from retired. Number 2 is securities and investments, which altogether donated $1,144,742. Number 3 is Republican Conservative, which altogether donated $924,782. Number 4 is Real Estate, which altogether donated $871,823. And last is Leadership PACs, which altogether donated $566,399. And once again, that was Joni Ernst of Iowa. That will finish the video for now. Here soon, I guess around the beginning of the year, we'll be doing the new Congress for 2021 and 2022. Because this one is for 2019-2020. I've been working on, so we'll be seeing I'll be starting a new around January at some point. But just wanted to kind of throw that in there. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I will cite my sources, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, in the description below. But that's it for now. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.